Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, rabies and mental men. I'm going to get my camera sorted out. I was going to do what I did want to do was a really deep dive into some really interesting audio. But well, I was going to say we have some breaking news, but we don't really have any break. I've got some. Well, it's kind of more like cracking news. Oh, well, I think it's cracking news anyway. Um, the parents of Emmanuel Harrow. Do you remember these clowns? This one here, and the other one. The one that likes to injure children to a very serious extent. Our other half, Jake Harrow. Well, good news is they've been arrested. And I'm going to use a little bit of footage here from Mr. E's Crimecast. I'm sure he won't mind. I love the E's. If you haven't already, please go and give them a look, drop them a like, subscribe. Get them to 10,000 subscribers. That's what we want. Now, it was breaking about 4 hours ago. It's more like a bit of a hairline crack now. But it's made my fucking day. I'm telling you that much. I couldn't have got better news today, if I'm honest. I'm going to show you the arrest footage as well. All right, so let me get this up. This. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Right, that's what I want to do. Wow, you can tell I'm not very good at this. There we go. Right, I'm going to share this screen. Right, this is from Mr. E's Crimecast.
Let me just play. Yeah, let me play this one more time because I do want to show the part where, and then we'll pull up the arrest.
Okay.
I just the way they're looking around in the B-roll part of the footage on the sidewalk. Just
Rebecca
like
says
here.
she took out a diaper and laid the baby down next to the car
Like,
seat.
it's almost
She only remembers a voice. She heard.
I was gonna.
Yeah, it just looks like, okay, who's around me? You know.
I know.
Okay,
Yeah,
do I need to keep acting? Do I need to keep playing my role? It does look like
Get the
that.
diaper and somebody said hola, and I didn't see nothing since. I woke up right here on the floor.
That's called the
I
ground.
didn't see Emmanuel.
Rebecca says she woke up with a black guy and her baby gone. She searched around the car, ran into the store, then called 911.
Everybody came, the dogs, helicopters,
but no sign of Emmanuel. And no witness to what may have happened.
Whoever took my son, please return him. We just want him back. We won't do anything to you. We just give us our son. Just keep him safe. Don't hurt him. Make sure you feed him, change him.
Emmanuel's father.
And knowing what a monster he is with the fake no tears and all that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So anyway,
It's bad.
yeah, let's show the arrest again. I know people are kind of
Okay.
coming and going, and I mean, it's nice to watch over and over.
It is. It's just it's that vindication that you get for covering these cases and wanting something to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah. Kennedy says he's a worse actor than her. That might be true. He was pretty bad too.
You know, and I believe it was Betty that said that she had heard rumblings that he may not be a legal citizen of the United States either. Yes.
Which would be yet another failure of our system that allowed all this to happen in the first place.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Sorry, guys.
Pull it down. back and handed the keys to the sergeant, and it was like, I wish there was all. And I slid into the orange grove and got the car stuck. Wait. Twice that night.
Oh, nice.
Can you imagine me taking the car back and handing the keys to the sergeant? And it was like, I wish there were cell phones back then. I could have got somebody. You had to go over to a certain channel and say, "Hey, John, my supervisor, switch over to channel 9." And so I gave him the information. Now I could hear him calling the sergeant. They went to scramble here. So you could tell the sergeant was talking at that time. It was all scrambled. It was like I there wasn't a hole big enough for me to go hide after the second time. First time, okay. Second time, no. I don't think this works fit out for me. So stay on the orange ropes. Anyway, how can I help you guys?
So just
You want to sit down?
No, I would sit all day.
Okay.
Sit behind the desk.
I have 2 new knees. I don't.
You sit, yeah.
Oh, no, please sit where it's your house.
Yeah, this is your house.
Yeah, we're just stopping by.
Me, I just pay rent.
Yeah, right.
So it's on my way. Yeah, it's like Sure World, I just live in it. So the morning of and everything, you were up. I know you already had this all out with Orange County guys.
Yeah, I was at the hotel until I was up at 6:30. I wanted to get to the office by 8 o'clock before the 8:30 meeting, and so that's like Okay. Then much later in the day, I found out it was more like 45 minutes. Because she said she woke up at 9. She called me at 9:45. So then I said, okay, it was really 45 minutes, which kind of blew me away because the last time I saw Stephan at 3:15, he looked physically, you got 3 of those. And when I came home Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm looking at the northbound traffic,
iPhone 16 Pro Max, built for Apple Intelligence. Pick up with O2.
I mean, the conversations he's had with me all week is just, both face-wise, everything.
iPhone 16 Pro Max, built for Apple Intelligence. Pick up with O2 from under £56 a month.
There's nothing he said to me that is a speck of truth.
Yeah,
right.
And that's kind of our concern to it too, is that we just
He's not alone in this.
no.
Jim's involved.
So
She's involved heavily.
About
5'8".
5'8".
Average.
No, they're just asking me about timeline questions. So I'm standing here with Northport PD, and I said, Orange County's calling, they take precedent. I have to answer this call. 2 Northport police officers. Yes. Well, one's about 6'4", 6'3", and the other one's about
5'8".
5'8".
Average.
No, they're just asking me about timeline questions.
If you want to build an app and have no idea how to code or where to start, check out Base 40.
I can't have my blood pressure go way down.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hey. Yeah, we're in the middle of an interview.
She's what? Oh, yeah, deceased. Yeah.
Can you call the on-call supervisor?
Hang on.
Larry. Yeah. Thank you.
That we have what? You broke up. I didn't hear that we have what?
What was it? Marshall's asking for someone. I don't know what for.
Okay.
I'm wondering if that girl got pregnant.
a good portion of their lives, at least one of them. I'm no psychic. I've got to be honest. I have no psychic abilities whatsoever. And I don't even believe in psychic abilities, to be honest. But I do see a future of metal bars and, you know, very probably seeing out your last days in jail. Hopefully he gets the DP. Hopefully, I can see he's probably going to take a plea deal, I reckon. So, and he's going to, I reckon he will end up confessing, pleading guilty, taking a plea deal. She will probably roll on him because now she's got the chance to. I don't believe that she's completely innocent in this, Rebecca. Not at all. Not at all. She's definitely not innocent in this. But I think obviously he's the bully. He looks like the intimidator. He looks like the one who's calling all the shots, in my opinion. And with his rap sheet, with his past history, I mean, anybody that knows what he did to his 10-week-old daughter and what he was charged and got convicted for and spent 180 days in jail for. And I haven't seen the pictures. Apparently there are pictures out there of the injuries to his 10-week-old daughter, who's now permanently damaged. Permanently. So anybody that has any type of empathy for these fools, you're probably in a very small group, because I don't see very many people having much, if any, empathy for either of these two. I don't care who's the worst and who's not the worst. You're both in it. You both try to cover it up. You're both involved. So as far as I'm concerned, you both go to prison for life because of what you did to that. You've practically deleted your 10-week-old daughter with horrific injuries. I would advise anybody not to look at the pictures. I haven't seen them. I don't want to see them. I really don't. What I already know about this idiot and what he's done is enough for me. I don't need to see the pictures. My stomach's not that strong, I'm afraid. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Mr. E's Crimecast is going to be following the trial when it happens, and I will be there 100%. I'll probably be nipping in and out. We've now got 2 people in. So I know it's disgusting, isn't it, Don? Don's come on. I might as well go on camera. Why not? Just for the shits and giggles. Yeah, right. So we what time do you call this, Don? I've been live an hour, mate. What you just can't get the staff, can you? By the way, the lovely music that was played during the arrest footage is open source. Lyrics written by Uber and the Foo Bars, and it's called Ooh Ah, and you have permission to use the lyrics and the melody if you wish. Non-copyrighted open source music. Yeah, there's an awful lot to uncover and an awful lot to go into with regard to the conversation between Chris and Deb and the 2 officers. I would advise you, if you want to actually listen to the whole thing, go over to Plunder and listen to the full thing. It's just, it's a statement analyst's dream. It's just there's everything there. It's great to practice on because there's plenty there. And if you're studying statement analysis or you have a good interest in it, trust me, you will see all sorts. You missed it all, Don. Who else is watching? We've got Don. Nobody else is chatting. I don't know what else to tell you. It was just amazing and great to see these two cuffed and put in the back of a police car. It was brilliant. My day couldn't have got any better if the Lord Jesus Christ came down himself and made a statement against those two. That would be the only thing that would make my day better. Other than a confession and finding where little Emmanuel is. Was charged my phone and missed a notification. Yeah. Well, you know, that's what phone chargers are there for, mate. Anyway, we've been live an hour and it's been complete cake and ass pie, if I'm honest. But it is what it is, isn't it? So good news. Jake Harrow and Rebecca Harrow are now in police custody. Hopefully, we will soon find out what happened to that poor kid. Not that it really, I was going to say, it does matter, but what I was going to say was, it matters, but I already know enough. As far as I'm concerned, I know enough to know that these two are guilty of sin. There's deception everywhere. They're fake. They're such bad actors. It's in the language. It's in their behavior. It's everywhere. And if you are interested in human behavior, not only would I say go read Desmond Morris if you're just starting out. Desmond Morris straight away. Go straight there. Body language. If you're interested in body language, a great book is Joe Navarro. What Everybody Is Saying. Brilliant book. I've got it on Audible. I've owned it 3 times, read it 4 times, book, and I have it on Audible. It's my body language Bible, I call it. It is the book I would suggest going to if you are interested in nonverbal communication. Joe Navarro is very similar to me. He learned body language or nonverbal communication because he had to. He was a Cuban refugee, came over when he was a very young child, didn't speak a word of English, so he had to learn to read people's nonverbal communication. It's a bit like me with autism. There are some social cues that I used to miss, but since learning what I've learned and getting right back into all this behavior stuff, when I realized I was autistic, everything made sense. And now I can follow my passions, which is human behavior and definitely statement analysis. I absolutely love statement analysis. I'm just totally in love with it. I haven't abandoned body language. I've got to be honest. I haven't. I know he calls it. he calls it voodoo. He's funny. He is. Oh dear. He's really not a fan of non-verbal communication. I think you'll get the hint there. Go and give him a look anyway. He's got loads of videos that you can watch. Go and binge watch them. I do from time to time. I binge watch Peter Hyatt as well. So if you're interested in voodoo, I would suggest Joe Navarro and Desmond Morris. 100% get Desmond Morris. I'll give you a good grounding, a good basic grounding. So I'm going to love you and leave you. We've been on just over an hour now. Let me know in the comments what you'd like me to cover. If there's anything in particular that you want me to cover, drop them in the comments. I'll give it a look and we'll see what we can do. Just for the shots and goggles, eh? So thank you for watching. I hope it's been informative. It was certainly eye-opening for me when I heard that this morning. I was blown away, especially by that response. I couldn't believe what she said there. And I know it may upset some people. I'm sorry. I'm just saying what I see. And it does. It does work on any statement, Don. You're right. Any statement. And I do a lot of it on the fly. I don't make notes. All I've done is timestamps here. I haven't made any notes about what to say or what I'm seeing. I just do it all on the fly. I'm just saying what I'm hearing and seeing straight away. A bit like DD. He does it all on the fly. You don't see him going down notes written there. He's doing it all on the fly, which is what I'm doing. I can't write. My hand's buggered. I can write. I wrote the timestamps, but I can't write sentences. Not with the way my hand is. And I'm right-handed. And I can't write my left hand. I can't even type properly. I used to average 34 or 36 words a minute. I'd be lucky if I average 3.6 at the minute. The way it's mental. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I've had a bit of fun, and it was great seeing those two idiots put in the back. Oh. That's there's something I want to show you quickly. I want to show you this quick. Do you know what? I used to have YouTube Premium. And then suddenly I thought it's not worth paying for. And then now I get nothing but adverts, and it's driving me crazy. So anyway, we got this is it here. All right, so I'm going to share this. I'm going to put this up. It's made me laugh. All right, what are you saying? Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to have to get it again, Jay. I'm going to have to, mate. Welcome in, Jay, by the way. We was just doing a dive into Chris and Deb's language with the audio. I don't know if you've listened to it on Plunder. You'll have to go back and watch it over, but there's an awful lot of deception there. And that response, I mean, it blew me away. I heard a very composed and honest guy on your channel last night, Jay, and then today I listened to this audio, and I'm really concerned, and I have a lot of questions and a lot of concerns. But that really disturbed me. That response. I'm wondering if that girl got pregnant. I mean, what sort of response is that? I don't get it. I really don't, and it shocked me, and I still don't know how to say. Well, I have lots of behind the scenes context as well. Oh, excellent. Are you live tonight then, Jay? Are you going live later on? If you are, just give me the time and I'll come and watch. Yes, it was a year and a half ago. I do know, yeah. So they've had time to process it. I know. I get it, and I'm trying my hardest to put things into context, Jay, but unfortunately there are 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Why don't you use GMT like we do, Greenwich Mean Time? Because we invented time. That's why it's called the Greenwich Mean Time. The Greenwich Meridian line goes through the Greenwich in London because we invented time. We did, us, the Brits. So you should be on GMT. 4 p.m. PST. Let me find out what that is. PST. 4 p.m. PST to GMT. It's midnight. Okay, thanks for that. Little hours plus. Yeah, well, 2.5 hours just over. But it's it's cool because I'll be up anyway. It doesn't really make any difference. But there's a lot of deception in there, Jay. An awful lot of deception and a lot of deceptive indicators and a lot of things that really kind of disturb me and concern me. So watch it back and have a look. Have a look yourself, because I know Jay. She's a clever girl. She's really not stupid. So if you have a listen, I reckon things are going to jump out at you as well, because you're getting quite good at the statement analysis as well. You're picking it up. So I don't know if anybody else in here knows Jay Scott from Guilty of Crime. She's here. But she has followed this case right from the get-go. So if anybody is going to have the best information on this particular case, I know for a fact, I would say it's going to be Guilty of Crime. So if you are interested in this case and the background, go and watch her vids on this. She's got loads. She's covered it from the start, and she's done a blinding job as well. So go and give her a look, drop her a like, subscribe to her. She's brilliant. She really is good. And I think it's safe to say I can call her a mate. But outstanding news, really outstanding news that I saw the autopsy report and talked to lawyers. Things have changed. Okay. Yeah. No, look, I'm not here to judge anybody, Jay. I'm not judging anybody. Like I said, I don't know how I would react in that situation. I really don't. But there are a lot of indicators that are telling me certain things, and yes, they're deceptive to the police, 100%. But that response from Deb really got me, mate. Really got me, and I've got to be honest, I'm still disturbed by it. It's just a really odd response to that. And like I say, I'm not judging anybody. I just think it's really odd, and quite concerning to me. That's just my opinion. What the hell do I know? So yeah. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna do. Turn this shit off. I might as well knock my camera off. To have to worry about, and I can't be bothered, to be honest. I'm having a bit of a cognitive overload, I should say, because there's an awful lot going on today, and a few of the guys actually, Mr. E's Crimecast, a couple of them actually called it. There were people in there saying, oh, I knew they'd be arrested this week. I said by the end of the weekend, so I nearly nailed it. I mean, happy Friday. It's happy because those two clowns are in cuffs. And I just hope he accidentally, of course, bangs his head on a few of the bits of the car on the way in, and then get charged for criminal damage. But I am over the bleep moon. I really am. I am chuffed to bits that law enforcement have actually nabbed these two, because if you, even if you know nothing about human behavior, watching those two with that fake plea, and I get angry just thinking about it. I really do. And he's one of these people that I would happily, excuse me, kick right in the plums. Several times, in fact. Yes, he does. And I think he will be, Jay. I really do. I think he will be. These two are not particularly sophisticated liars, are they? I mean, I'm willing to bet they're not members of Mensa. They're not going to be on America's Got Talent anytime soon. Well, definitely not now. I can't see them being on anything for a while. Even on parole. I just want little Emmanuel found now. That would cap it off. If we could find that little boy, lay him to rest properly, and do the right thing for him. So I'm going to get off. I need to get sorted. I've got to get munchies and stuff like that. And obviously, right though, Jay, yeah, they should never see the light of day again, mate. Ever. In my mind, I'm going to stick my camera on for a second. Me personally, I want to see him get the DP. 100%. 100%. I don't want them to accept a plea deal. I want them to go, no, you're getting the chair. In fact, you can strap yourself in and save us the trouble. But he's not going to. But yes, absolutely, I would love to see him get the DP. Both of them. Both of them. I don't care. You're both complicit. You're both involved. That little boy is no longer here, and you're both involved. I don't care who's more involved than the other. I don't care whose fault it was. You're both involved. You're both wrong uns, and you both deserve to be in prison for the rest of your lives, at the very least. I'd fry you. If I was the Attorney General, whatever they call it, fry him. Put him in that chair. It's plugged in. That'd be me. I wouldn't care less. I just wouldn't care. Death penalty. So thanks for watching, guys. Jay, thanks for coming in, showing some support. I will be there at midnight. It's only 9:45 here, so it gives me a little while to get some munchies, get things sorted out. But Callie won't give the DP. What's the DP? The depositions. I was thinking, you know, innit, Don? For free. I wouldn't even want paid. I'd do it voluntary. I'll flick the switch, mate. Yeah, just sit comfortably. That's what he deserves. I'm sorry. I think anybody that does that to a child, anybody that can harm a child at all, needs a good kick in, 100%. But anybody that can do something like that to a child, more than one child, in fact. But Emmanuel hasn't been found, and it's obvious that he's no longer with us. I'd love to say I hope he's found alive and well, but I think it's pretty obvious from their language alone that he's probably not here. I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. And that's one of the interesting things. You know, in DD, I'm sure, Jay, you've seen the questions that DD puts out, and he goes, "Oh, can you?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I want to see this." And I'm normally one of the first to get the answer up there. One of the first. I mean, I'm not always the first, but I normally like to be. Oh, look at me, I'm doing really well, because I look up to DD. He's really good at what he does. He's brilliant. Considering he does everything on the fly. You can see him watching the video and go, "Oh, he's not making notes," because he already knows. And that's the magic of statement analysis. You don't have to look and go, what's the body doing? Oh, good, is that? You don't have to worry about that. It's all in the language. the language. It's surgical, and that's why I love it so much. It is absolutely surgical. I mean, I would love to speak to Chris and Deb. I'd love to, but they'll get one look at this video and go, I'm not speaking to him. He just called us liars. But like I said, I'm not here to judge. I don't care why they're lying to law enforcement. I'm not emotionally involved in this. Obviously, they're going to try and stick up for their son, their parents. I get that. I really get that. And I like I say, I don't know how I'd react. I don't know how I'd be. I think my first response would be, my first thought would be something like, where the hell did we go wrong to create such a monster? Because I'd be looking at myself and go, what did we do wrong? Where did we go wrong to create a creature like that? And I would feel responsible. I think I can say with a good degree of certainty that I wouldn't respond the way Deb did. That really concerns me. Really concerns me. And some of the other things she says as well. Not just she's not the way. It's Chris doing most of the talking. She does very little of the talking. Fine. I was feeling good. Yeah, they will do. They will, Jay, and I get that. They will. And like I say, I'm not here to judge. All I do is the behaviour stuff, the statement analysis, or the non-verbals. And I like them. Don't get me wrong. I actually like this couple. Deb seems like a good laugh. I mean, she was in chat last night. I had a bit of a laugh with her. Chris can talk. I thought I could talk. Chris, if talking was an Olympic sport, I reckon Chris would be in a shot with a shot of a medal. But bless him, I thought he was really honest last night, and I thought it took a lot of courage, an awful lot of courage to come on and talk about your own son on somebody's live stream. So I've got to give them credit for that. I can't take that away from them. Fair play for coming in and explaining things and giving their side of it. I've got a lot of respect for that. I really do. And, regardless of how people may feel, I think it took an awful lot of guts and an awful lot of, not courage, but what's the word I'm looking for? Cognitive overload. There's just been so much going on today. But yeah, I'd love to talk to them. I really would love to talk to them. But all we can do now, I can say a lot has changed, and I've learned a lot from this case about people and running a channel. I just started my channel last year, and I went from 0 to almost 27,000 people. Look at that, 27,000 subscribers. Bloody deserve it as well. You do an awful lot of work, Jay, so you really do deserve it, and I hope everything goes well for you. I really do. I mean, like I say, this is going to be my career. I don't care if I get demonetized. I'm not looking to make money on this. So demonetize me, I really couldn't care less. Oh yeah, this is what this is what I wanted to share. Before we go, you're going to love this. You are going to love this. I don't care whether you are. I don't care what country you're from. I've got to share this. This is Jake Harrow's lawyer, right? I don't know what he's come dressed as. I really don't. I mean, are they filming a sequel to Brokeback Mountain? I don't know. He must think it's what, has he come from a fancy dress party or something? Hey, look, do you know what he reminds me of? This when a lawyer's lying and a politician, because the lips move when they do it, so it's easy. But this jacket, where does he think he is? Butlins? It's not holiday camp, mate. You're coming on the news. You're not. This isn't a fashion parade. So I don't know where this is coming from. And I kept looking at him and I was thinking, what does he remind me of? What does he remind me of? And I might get into trouble for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Here he is. Have a look at this. Look at this. Look at this absolute lunatic. You'll see it gets wild. I'll be interested to watch that. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's brilliant. Do you know what it looks like to me? It looks like somebody's got Mr. Potato Head and stuck his face on upside down. He's got his head's on upside down, isn't it? Look, his hair's at the bottom. You have hair at the top. It's got his head on upside down by the look of it. I don't know if anybody told him he put his head on upside down that morning. But that get up. Oh my God! If I was in trouble with the police, and this guy turned up to represent me, I think he just walked out of a circus, mate. Where have you just come from? Huh? Who taught you to get? Who got you through the bar? P.T. Barnum. What are you wearing? I mean, look at this day. Halloween's like 2.5 months away, bro. What are you doing? But anyway, I'm. I had. Doesn't he look like Mr. Potato Head with his head on upside down? To me, it does to me. I can't help it. I've got to remove it because I can't stop laughing at him. And some of the stuff he comes out with, it's just, come on, mate. I mean, really? Do you really think we're that dumb? But anyway, what an absolute sausage! I would, mate, if he came to represent me, I'd be going, no, you can about turn, quick march, Mexican Johnny Cochran. That is a bit like Johnny Cochran as well, isn't it? I hope nobody wheels a fucking piano in. Here we go. Do you know what I mean? He's going to break out in song. It just looks like he's come from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or something. I mean, what is he wearing? Honestly, he's meant to be a lawyer. I mean, somebody said in chat when I was watching it on Mr. East Chromecast, someone said, oh, he's one of them Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul. I'm like, you better call a doctor because there's something wrong with this geezer. Better call Saul. Call the GP, mate. It's called mental health. Not that I know a damn thing about fashion, but I'm not turning up on TV news with the red Holiday Inn jacket on. Holiday jacket and my head stuck up on upside down. I would make sure my head was the right way up and I wasn't dressed up like an extra from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But anyway, it is what it is, isn't it? I've gone on longer than I should have done because Jay and Don turned up. Willy Wonka, you know, innit? Yeah, he just wants a little stick, a little walking stick, top hat to confuse the fact his head's upside down. You could have a top hat. Oh, mate, I could just imagine. Oh, dear. Right, I'm going to have to end, otherwise this guy's going to get rinsed for the next 2.5 hours because I could go all day on this geezer. I could go. Okay, so oh wow. Oh well, I don't know about you. Like I say, I'm not a psychic. I've got a sneaky feeling somebody's going to spend the rest of their days in the prison cell, and so they should. So Oh, Jay, you funny fucker. Right. I've gone on like nearly half an hour longer than what I was going to do. But the best news today is Jake and Rebecca Harrow are now in police custody under arrest. We saw the footage and that wonderful music. I had to mute. I had to mute it because there's a lot of swearing in it. But it's funny. But I don't want to take the mic. I know I don't care about being demonetized, but I don't want to get in trouble. There's no point at doing that. But we're just having a laugh. I mean, I'm not here, like I say, I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm nobody's judge. I haven't led a particularly great life. Do you know what I mean? So I can't judge anybody. I haven't done anything like this. I mean, Christ, I haven't unalived anybody or done it. You mad? But you know, yeah, we'll go into this. We will be following this case. Also, we'll be keeping an eye out on the Jack and Lily Sullivan case from Nova Scotia in Scotland. You see, when they raided the house and arrested them two, it looked like a right. It reminded me of Daniel Martel's place, you know, out in Nova Scotia, the type of place where you wipe your feet on the way out. One of them. Shut up. That's my alarm. Yes. Yeah, well, it is now because the SWAT team smashed the fence down and brought in that big tank thing, whatever it is, big green lump that they use for smashing walls down and stuff. I mean, they wanted them. There's no doubt they were all out here. The law enforcement were all out. All out ready. I mean, I would have had a very itchy trigger finger. I would say, I had a negligent discharge. We can laugh at dumb criminals and fake attorneys here, and you say, well, that's just as well because they haven't got a lot of fucking choice in the matter. To be honest with you, you come dressed up like that, and you're asking. I didn't mean to put your middle finger. Oh, who cares? Who cares? Who actually cares? I don't care. I'm not going to get monetized anyway, Jay, so I won't worry about it. You're not doing me any damage, mate. Like I say, I don't care about making money on YouTube. I just want to get information out there and educate people. You know, Don, innit? You know, ND Sarge, sorry. What, right between the eyes? Yeah, well, that's where I was aiming at the time, and it went off, you know, kind of, you know, like sometimes when it just goes bang on its own. That's what happened. What, 14 times? Yeah, I know it was on full automatic. I didn't realise I'd fill in full of so many holes. This is why I could never be a copper. I could never be law enforcement. I couldn't, because they have to stick to rules. You got missing kids. The rules, as far as I'm concerned, the rules are out of the window, out of every orifice, gap, door, window. They're gone. As far as I'm concerned, there are no fucking rules. There are no rules until those kids are found. I don't care. And me personally, if I had the resources, and I'll say it straight, I am who I am. You either like it or you don't. I know I'm an acquired taste, but I just think that people that do that to kids, I don't personally think they deserve to live. You've taken a life, your life should go, especially if you've taken the life of a child and it's deliberate. You know, if I watched a really poignant interview, actually. It was, this guy had been drink and drug driving. There you go, I said it, oops. And he wiped out 7 kids, 4 of them died. He didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. It was an accident. But there was one father that 3 of those kids were his, 3 daughters. The other one was, I think, a cousin. And he actually goes into the prison and meets the guy. And I can't remember what it's on. It's on Australian, something Australian. It's on YouTube. You find it very, very, very poignant interview. Very poignant. And they are now friends. The guy that took his daughters and the father of those 3 daughters, they are now friends. They speak regularly. And the father says he forgives him. I think that's very powerful, really powerful. I wish I had that kind of forgiveness. I can't even. I still struggle to forgive my parents for some of the things they did. And trust me, I had some messed up parents. I mean, my mother was borderline psychopathic. She was a sociopath. She was a malignant narcissist. And she hated me. I don't know why. I don't really care why anymore. She's gone. I've moved past it. Who cares? But this is another reason why I try and tell people, look, you know, it's not just what I'm learning, but it's the life I've been through. So you've got to remember that I come from an abusive household. I come from a broken, abusive family. But my siblings never got the same treatment. I went to boarding school. I ended up fighting with teachers. I got kicked out for fighting with my headmaster. And I mean, I was 15 years old, and this wasn't just effing around. This was full-on fist fighting with an adult. And he got a shock that day. He regretted it. I'm pretty sure he regretted putting his hands on me. But it was systematic. And there was at least 2 members of staff that were SAing the boys as well, and they were males. And of course, there was a young female that was having it with some of the young lads. Bearing in mind, we were the oldest was 16 and a half, 17 maybe. So yeah, so not a lot of my knowledge comes from reading, watching the right people, getting the right information, but also actual life experiences. And I don't think a lot of people understand the type of behaviors that I remember seeing from being a kid. I mean, let me put it into context for you. My mum had a boyfriend. I would have been about 4.5, 5, and he decided to end the relationship. But he wrote her a really long letter. And my mum brought me into the kitchen. She sat down. I stood there in front of her in the kitchen, and she read this long ass freaking letter from this Gary dude. And all I remember the letter saying was, "I'm scared." That's all I remember. But the other thing I remember, that's all I remember from the letter. I don't know why. That's a bit that sticks out. But at the end of it, when Mum stopped reading the letter, she looked up at me and she went, "This is your fault." I was 5 years old? And it's my fault that he's left you. That's the sort of toxic parenting I had to put up with. So believe me when I tell you, I know what toxic, manipulative, sociopathic, borderline psychopathic, and outright dodgy parenting is, because I've lived through it. So I'm trying to use my life experiences as well as my knowledge to educate you, to tell you and show you what you need to be looking for, so you don't find yourself in a situation where you're around a psychopath or a narcissist, malignant narcissist. And this is why I do certain cases, so you can see the behavior, you know what to look out for. And that's all I'm doing this for. I'm not doing it for the money. I don't care about the money. I really don't care. I've never cared about money. I'm not money orientated. I can't stand the stuff really. Don't get me wrong, I'm not communist or anything like that, but I'm just not money orientated. So they can demonetize me all they like. I don't care. I really couldn't care less. I'm getting the information out there and I'm educating people, because it doesn't like we can trust the government or the institution to educate us properly, because you know we've got issues here with the BBC now. People don't trust them because of the systemic a word going on there. You know, who cares, the abuse? You know, Hugh Edwards. We're learning an awful lot of stuff. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you're learning something. And obviously, Dee Dee, you can't not learn stuff when you watch Deception Detective. And his humor he's got such a dry sense of humor, but it's very tongue-in-cheek, very subtle. It's very clever, I think, and it's funny as hell. Jay Scott, she's very much like me. She just outright takes the piss. We don't give a shit. I mean, Jay Scott just tells it how she sees it, and that's one of the reasons why I love her so much, because she's like me. We don't care. We'll say how we gonna have to check out these. Yeah, check out Deception Detective Don. Definitely go and check him out. His link is in my description. Jay, I tried to add your link to my description because I've got DD, Justin, Clutch Them Pearls, and Mr. E's Crimecast. I don't know why I forgot to put you on there, but I forgot to put you up there. Well, that's fair enough. I mean, you know, it's difficult to knock back when, you know, you're getting paid for something you love doing, and you're educating people as well, and you're getting info out there. So you're doing everybody a service. So, and anybody that follows you, Jay, we know how hard you work. We know you put an awful lot of effort into it, and you do a lot of background stuff, which a lot of content creators don't do. Most content creators just sit there just talking absolute BS, just chatting away. Oh, by the way, sub, you know, become a member, pay me. The news is a missing kid. I don't give a shit about your subs or your likes. Just show me footage of the parents. They're the first people I want to see. There's a missing kid. Yeah, I want to see the parents. They're the first people I want to look at. The first people, because statistically, we put my fucking teeth in. Statistically, if a child goes missing, I think it's what, 80%? 80% of the time it's a family member. What did they say? 30-something% of that 60% is the parents or a family member or a friend of the family. So what basically the statistics are telling us that if a child goes missing, look at the family, look at the first people, and because you've got to go, and it's true, right? I mean, you know, I'm not making stuff up, and it is terrible, Don. It is, but it's unfortunate that, you know, the statistics don't lie. The people that print the statistics can lie, but the statistics themselves won't lie. And statistically speaking, when a child goes missing, especially if it's turned out that the child is no longer here, statistically, it's something to do with the parents or a family, a relative or a close family friend. It's nearly always linked to the family in some way or another. And you can almost, I think, what, 90-something% of victims know their assailants or something. It's a really high percentage. We've got a case down my way in the UK. The kidnap and murder of a young 17-year-old girl called Vicky Hall back in 1999. They charged Steve Wright with it last year. But there's an awful lot of us that don't believe it was him, or if it was him, he certainly didn't act alone. We don't think this was a one-person job. I think it was more than one person, just by the evidence. But for some reason, the police want to stick this on the Suffolk Strangler, Steve Wright. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just getting feedback now from the group, but what can you do? I mean, what can you do? I don't believe it's Steve, right? Not one little bit. But anyway, that's for another day. We'll cover that at some point, I reckon. So, oh my God, I've been on nearly 2 hours just chatting absolute shite. Just goes, told you I could talk for England. Me and Chris, you wouldn't get a word in edgeways if me and Chris started talking. That'd be it. You two girls would have to go somewhere else because I can talk. I just don't talk bollocks. At least when I speak, it's either truth or what I've learned, in my opinion. I'm not going to give you bullshit. I'm not going to give you false information because that's not what this channel's about. So I'm going to have to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching. Jay, thank you for coming, showing some support. Really do appreciate it, mate. Really do. Mr. E gave me watched a couple of my lives. He watched my last night. Was it last night's live or the night before's live? He watched it this morning. He said it was really good. I got a lot of good feedback, so I'm quite chuffed. See you later, Don. I'll see you shortly on Xbox. I just got to make sure that I'm here for Jay's live. So once again, thank you so much for coming to have a look. Thank you for listening. I hope you learnt something, and I hope that we can soon put young Emmanuel to rest and send him off the way he deserves to be sent off. And I hope that very soon there's a conviction. So prayers for little Emmanuel. If I'm not religious, yeah, I'm okay with listening to people talk, but if it gets on a subject that I love, I'll chat about it. But it's getting me to shut up. That's the issue. As you can see, 44 minutes after I was supposed to end. So anyway, I'm going. I'm off. I've got to go. Jay is live, guilty of crime, at midnight GMT. Did you say 4 p.m. or something? PST. Where is it? Oh, it's in the chat. Have a look in the chat. I'm freaking not very good at this. But thanks, much love for coming. I hope you learned something. Although it was a bit of a wavy one, this one, but we had some extra news that I wasn't actually expecting. I was expecting to do a deep dive into some of this language, but then we learned that Jake and Rebecca Harrow have been arrested, and they've made a pretty good mess of the house. Not that I care. Not that they'll be seeing it again for a long time. I hope they get their just desserts. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'd wait for Elon Musk to send the next rocket up and strap Jake and Rebecca Harrow to it. And yeah, if it has a unexpected or unscheduled rapid disassembly, well, I've still got to sleep that night. I'm just saying. Anyway, much love. Thank you for coming. 4 p.m. PST. There you go. So if you're in the US, 4 p.m. it's midnight GMT. I wish the French would have just kept it at GMT because, you know, it's more embarrassing because we didn't get beaten. See the American War of Independence? We didn't get beaten by the Americans. If any of you know your history, we got kicked out by 40,000 French troops, which is even more embarrassing. So, is what it is. We can laugh about it. It was hundreds of years ago. So yeah, thanks for watching. And go and see Jay Scott, Guilty of Crime, midnight tonight, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think PST stands for. I know what PTS is, trust me. PST, yeah, 4 p.m. PST, midnight GMT. I've got to go now. Game over. I'm tired. I need another coffee and I'm hungry. thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to showing some support. Thank you for chat. Thank you to Don. Thank you to Jay. Everybody else watching. And I will see you, if not tomorrow, then at some point over the weekend. I will be doing a live, I would imagine, just for the shots and goals, for something to do, because I can get bored sometimes. So yeah, so I hope you learned something. And I hope you have a good laugh. Well, I like to put a bit of humour in it because, well, one, it's my coping mechanism, and two, I think people learn better if they have a laugh because it involves emotion, and when you involve emotion in memories, it's bookmarked and consolidated a lot more. So when you have a laugh when you learn something, you're more likely to remember it. This is why I like to have a laugh when we're doing this, because it's a coping mechanism. It eases the trauma of the information. But not only that, it helps keep the learnt information in, because there's emotion attached to it. So if you remember, oh yeah, I remember laughing about that, you'll remember what you were told. And if you were told something that's useful, you'll remember it because of the emotion. I've been saying this since I was at school. Nobody listened to me back in the 80s. People are starting to listen to me now. It's unfortunate that it's taken 30-something years. But anyway, we are here. We're here. It is what it is. Thank you very much for watching. Much love. I'm going to have to go. And I will catch you in about an hour and a half, Jay. Don, I'll probably catch you in about 5 minutes because I'll be jumping on the Xbox for a little while. So much love, peeps. Thank you very, very much for coming and watching. Thanks for giving us a look. And on that note, don't forget you can use those lyrics and that music. Night all. Thank you very much.